Hello everyone, my name is Radio Mike, this is the Inside of My Mind, and massive news that I've woken up to that I just wanted to talk about. There are really reputable rumours going around that for the 35th anniversary of Mario, the character, Nintendo will be releasing remastered versions of the 3D Mario platformers, including Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Sunshine, and possibly even Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World, as well as rumours of a new Paper Mario game coming as well. And I just want to say that I think this is absolutely awesome. Like, I just think that Nintendo is showing again and again, particularly in the past few years, that they are really listening to their fans. They are really listening to what the gamers want. And I think this is such an amazing celebration of the character of Mario, who's one of the most well-known and popular characters of all time, one of the most identifiable characters, especially in gaming, of all time. And I think it's just going to be awesome if all of this comes to fruition. Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 were considered two of the best games ever made in the history of gaming. And to have HD remasters of them on the Switch, portable, would just be incredible, as well as Super Mario 64, another game that is considered groundbreaking in the platforming genre. It pretty much invented 3D platforming as we know it today, even though Banjo-Kazooie did it a little bit better. Sorry, no offense, but it's true. Super Mario 64 is such an incredible game as well, and to have a HD remaster of that after all these years would be pretty special, and I think a lot of fans would really like it. They did do Super Mario 64 DS a long time ago, which was a bit weird and random in what they did, so I hope it's a true remaster of the original game, not a remaster of 64 DS, but who knows what we could get. Super Mario Sunshine as well seems to be a little bit more controversial as a Mario game. Like, a lot of people seem to like it, but a few people seem to really hate it, but I'd love to give it a shot. I never had a GameCube, so I never got to play it. I would really like to play it, and I think just having all these games available on Switch would be so good. So good for people who want to play them, but just such a good idea for Nintendo. The amount of money they will just rake in from this, because people will buy it. I just can see this going crazy. Like, I think Nintendo should be aiming to get their entire back catalog on Switch. I really think that's a really viable commercial option for them. Just get pretty much everything available on Switch. However they do it, I don't know. It might be really hard to do. Well, it will be really hard to do, but I think this is a step towards that. I just think the Switch as a console is showing time and time again that it is one of the best consoles ever in terms of its library. And if these games come out, that'll even prove to be more true about the Switch, which is potentially going down as one of my favorite consoles of all time. Like, PlayStation 2 and Nintendo 64 are definitely up there for me, but the mileage I'm getting out of the Switch, like, I'm barely using my PS4 anymore because the library on Switch is so good, and the portability aspect and being able to play in bed or on the TV, like, it's just amazing. So getting these games on the Switch would be great. A new Paper Mario game, as long as it's a return to the original style. I would love to get a true sequel to Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door. I don't want another Sticker Star or Color Splash or whatever the fuck they've done since those games. Give us an original Paper Mario story game with the partners, with the classic battle system. I would absolutely love that. I would really like to go back to a style like that, and I think this is the best time to do it as well. It's interesting because Super Mario Galaxy really heavily implemented the Wiimote and the IR sensor and collecting the star bits and stuff and shaking the controller. I don't know how they'll replicate that on Switch. They could potentially use the gyro feature, but I don't really know whether or not that'll work very well. But I guess they can just tweak the game a little bit. To be honest, I think they could just, and maybe people won't like this, but I think if the star bits appear, you just collect them automatically by being in proximity to them. They just absorb into Mario. I don't think the point and the pointing thing was crucial to the gameplay of that game. So I don't know. I don't know how they'd work around that, but I don't doubt that they will do something. I think this is, again, such a great thing for Nintendo's fans and for them commercially as a company, this is just going to be magnificent. I would love to see a collection of 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, 3D World, and 3D Land. I think that would be great. I mean, I don't think there are any other 3D Mario platformers, so I just think having some of the best games of all time, some games that are considered the best games ever made in the history of gaming, remastered in HD on the Switch is just so many people will buy in. And this is what Nintendo seems to be doing, just trying to convince people that the Switch is the best gaming console for you to play anything. You know, you can play so many indies, so many first-party games, remasters of classic, amazing games, third parties. Like, I just think the Switch is the place to be at the moment. I'm really enjoying my Switch, and this is just going to make it so much better. I would love to play Mario 64 again. I would love to play Bomb Battlefield again, like in a HD remaster. Like, I'm excited to see it. If it's real, I'm excited to see like how it looks, how it plays. I'm just over the moon with this news. I'm so excited for it, and I really hope it comes true. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think the rumors are true? I personally think something like this is definitely going to happen. The website is quite reputable. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to my channel. I do news, reviews, pop culture discussions, all these kinds of things. I would love for you to give some of my other videos a watch as well. Follow me on Instagram at radio.mike. Follow me on Twitter at itsradiomike. And listen to my band, Release the Sounds, a comedy punk band. You can listen on Spotify now, as well as my podcast, 20th Century Boy, comedy, talk about my life working in radio, talk about pop culture, talk about everything. Give it a listen. You might like it. You might hate it, in which case stop listening. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear from you. Thumbs up. Bye. Catch you later. My name's Radio Mike. Inside of my mind. All that stuff. Bye.
You were a puppet this whole time. You were attached to strings. You were a puppet this whole time. I think back to the meal we ate. I really should have noticed then. You were spilling food all day.